required by the law. Actually, I have Barrister Adamu here in the studio. I'm sure he has been following the crisis in the Rivers State legislature and even government generally.
Yes.
Well, the plea was not accepted. The charge was that the plea was dismissed. That's the issue.
It's something that I feel is elementary.
Okay.
And we have warned people, especially my clients, when they come, I tell them that whenever the police invite you, it is best for you to honor their invitation. Then you now state your side of the story for whatever allegations that are against you. Also, if the court should issue a warrant of arrest or to produce you, and you have seen it, it will be fair if you go to that particular court. Submit yourself, because no man is above the law in Nigeria under the Nigeria Constitution. Submit yourself, and when you get there, you have openings. There are leeways that are open to you. If you are not properly charged, a plea will be taken, and your lawyers can apply for your bail, which is a constitutional right that is given to anybody that is accused of any offense. But we found out that what has happened is that it's not just this particular case. A lot of these big men, open and close, in Nigeria, whenever they have issues of this nature, they term it political. Of course, we know that some of them have some political undertones, but that does not mean that you have to undermine the authority, as the case may be. So if you are being witch hunted, the appropriate place to go and tell and inform is the court. That look at what has happened. I did not commit this offense.
Okay.
I am being witch hunted.
So they say unless he
appears to come and explain all these things.
They will not be.
They will not be. Because the point is this. I don't know why some of our lawyers do not learn, especially the senior ones, because there are precedents, authorities from Supreme Court. A very good one that comes close to my memory is the case against Ojus or Kalu against the Federal Republic of Nigeria. A similar situation like this. Kalu felt that the EFCC was after him because he knew that there was a convoy of petitions against him for that governance in Abia State. He now quickly approached the courts, the Federal High Court in Abia. Then the judge was Kalu J. They are not related, but just by mere name similarity. The court granted an order restraining the police or any security agencies, including EFCC, from arresting, detaining, harassing, etc., as case may be, of Ojus or Kalu. Why this order was subsisting, the ex parte order was subsisting, EFCC, filed, I think, a 14-charge count against Kalu in one of the courts in Abuja, in the Federal High Court, and declared Kalu wanted, just like the way they have declared here wanted now. Kalu's lawyers approached that particular Federal High Court with a similar preliminary objection, a PO like, here's lawyers presented before the Abuja court, and also complained that it is not the jurisdiction of the Federal High Court in Abuja, to entertain such matter because these offenses or whatever were committed in Abia State. That was the same argument. And in the same vein also, he was saying that he cannot be charged because already there's a subsisting court order that has been granted him that he should not face prosecution. He should not face arrest, intimidation, etc. And he's not liable to submit himself to the police. That court rejected the PO and the argument just like they did in this case. They now appealed Because I am very sure that what he and his lawyers to do now is that they go to the Court of Appeal to complain that their PO that was rejected by this lower court, was not proper, and they want the Court of Appeal to right the wrongs. Same Kalu went to Court of Appeal. The Court of Appeal shut down, Kalu and his lawyers. They now went to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court shut down and said, no, you must appear before the court. You understand? And two, there is no court in Nigeria that can stop police from, exercising their responsibilities.
Okay, that was what he was quoting there.
Yes,
Act.
that you cannot. There is no way, as far as the police has been empowered by the Constitution to arrest, investigate, prosecute, as the case may be, criminal, offenses of any nature. No court can stop, the police from doing that. That if a court has to say you should not present yourself, it means that the Supreme Court called it gagging suit, muzzling suit. That is what the Supreme Court described, suits of that nature. Like this particular order that was given by the Port Harcourt, High Court. The Supreme Court described, such orders, ex parte orders, as gagging suit and muzzling suit against the police and the authority. And that if, for instance, we are not, he was complaining also in this particular, their lawyer was complaining that the police, could not prosecute, him, on the basis that this particular offense falls within the ambit of the AGF that is the Attorney General of the Federation. You understand? Under, I think, Section 12 of the Terrorism Act, as the case may be. The prosecuting lawyer now said no. Even under the Terrorism Act you have quoted, there is a leeway that gives the police the powers to prosecute. The AG, yes, is in charge of prosecution or whatever as case may be, under Section 174, can come and take over that matter from the police, prosecute, and can even discontinue, the matter under Section 174 of the 1999 Constitution, under the doctrine of noli prosequi. You understand? So these are the things, the ingredients that this has come to be. So at the end of the day, you ask yourself question, because even you look at what has gone on. I read Falana. Falana, wrote copiously and studiously on this issue of what he termed big men evading justice, by trying to, get and collect high-profile lawyers to solicit for them and intimidate the court, and preventing them from prosecution of crimes allegedly, committed. Yeah. You understand?
Now, let's look at this thing from point of view of the Peace Park in Rivers State.
Good.
How does this affect that Peace Park? Because ordinarily, I thought that they were all asked to drop their prosecutions and then embrace peace. Where does this come? Does it give any indication that there is peace in sight in Rivers State?
There is no peace in sight. The peace we have in Rivers State, the political peace is peace of the graveyard. I understand. It was, I think, Aristotle, that once postulated that peace is not forced. You cannot force peace. You cannot bring two people that are having issues and say you must come together and have peace. Peace is encouraged. Peace is structured. Peace is something that the two parties must integrate.
Must be ready to accept.
Accept.